I was listening to The Body Keeps the Score or Holds the Score, and he was talking about how a confused attachment style is developed in childhood through your parent or caregiver not being in sync or mirroring you enough. And so it builds or creates this feeling of anxiety or not being safe, even though it's safe. And I was thinking about that myself and how, with the way my mirror neurons work, I was always mirroring everyone else and saying the right things and doing the right things. I never, in my family in childhood, I mean, there was 9 of us kids. Like, my mom was busy. She didn't have time to one-on-one sit and mirror me and get in sync with me. And then on top of that, my autism and my high intellect caused me to learn really quickly, but then mixed with my alexithymia, not being able to identify feelings or emotions, and with my parents not having that skill, and so they didn't teach that skill, and then I didn't really show my emotions. I just showed what I learned was appropriate. And mine I learned very early on, mine weren't important enough for anyone else. They were always dismissed or discredited or minimized. And so I continued that pattern in myself. And now I'm trying to learn how to be a good mom. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about my parents. They were the perfect parents for me. Like, my parents were perfect. Did they make mistakes? Yeah. And that's how I learned how to get over mistakes. And that's how I learned how to forgive. And that's how I learned so many things. They were the perfect parents. And so now I'm looking and I'm learning from the mistakes that they made, and I'm looking at how I turned out. And then I'm looking at my son, and I'm remembering times when I made the same mistakes my parents did. And my son has helped me learn and grow so much. And through my own fears of treating him and not giving him the care and attention he needs the way I wasn't, I've made mistakes, I've made improvements, and I'm still working and learning, but learning how important mirroring a child is, and learning how important being in sync with a child and how much that teaches them a secure attachment style, and realizing I don't have a secure, like, I do and I don't, and that's why I got the complicated one. And I want to give him a secure attachment style. I want to teach him all of these things. And the Lord has been blessing me with the ability to. And my son tells me all the time that I'm the perfect mom for him. And it gives me fear, and just because of my own issues. And it gives me what does it make me feel? It makes me feel really humble. It encourages me to keep trying because I can see how successful he is being. And so he must be able to feel successful because he feels like I'm doing a good job as a mom. And so I just keep trying to learn and keep trying to grow and keep focusing on myself, and then keep sharing and teaching all these things that Jesus has been sharing and teaching me with my son. And I caught myself praying, Lord, teach me how to be in sync with my son. You gifted me this child to help me learn and grow in ways I never could have without him. And he is the perfect son for me. He is so gentle and loving and kind and empathetic. He's intelligent, and he is just so filled with the Holy Spirit. And he has been since such a young age. And I'm so grateful. I want him to turn into the most faithful man of God. And I pray for him all the time that the Lord just covers him and protects him and builds a hedge of thorns and a wall of protection around him to keep him from straying, to keep him from making the same mistakes I did. But I also know I am learning what my job as a mom is, and that I also can't overprotect. And I have to let him make his own mistakes so that I can continue to be the perfect mom and continue to be there for him and support him and catch him and teach him and train him in righteousness, the way the Bible teaches me to. I can teach him how to apologize through the mistakes that I made, and I can teach him how to forgive others as he makes mistakes, and I can give him gracious, loving forgiveness and understanding, where I can mirror those things that Jesus has mirrored to me, and I can show them to my son so that he can learn and grow and teach others. Children really are a gift from the Lord. It's whether or not you are willing to accept the gift, and if you're willing to step up and be the man or woman of God, the parent that you've been called to be to these little children. And it's not easy. It's going to be the hardest fight, but it is the reason. It is worth it. I love you guys. He loves you more. Love your kids. Be nice. Jesus likes kids. Yes, he does. Okay, have a great day.